What's good, man? It's your boy Juicy J, man. Shout out to Virtual Homework Podcast.
Let's jam.
I thought you'd be a little bit more excited about that. Woo! Welcome back to terrible social media. Let's see your life go into a spiral now. I mean, we probably will. Dana's back on Twitter, folks. That was the most...
Well, I guess it's kind of waned off now. Like, I was literally at work. Like, I saw the email and I was, like, messaging you. Like, I was unironically, like, jumping up and down. Like,
Dana got fired for popping a
boner
instead of in front of a customer.
There was no one in the store. My coworker was making fun of me. He's like, "Why do you care that I've never been banned from anything?" I'm like, "You don't understand. Like, I have news again."
So yeah, first of all, like, congratulations, you beat the system and won. That is not something that, like, this is a bureaucratic machine that, like, their entire goal is to, like, just churn out successful responses from their automated ticketing system. They don't give a shit about you. They will never give a shit about you. The fact that you got someone to give a shit about you for even a split second to actually understand that you were wrongfully banned, that takes dedication. It takes months, apparently. How many emails did you send them? How many months did this take?
Like 30 plus emails.
And it took like 3 months. So yeah, I mean,
I got banned in July.
Okay, so yeah, that's 3 months.
July, August, September. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
it's gonna be 2022 soon.
Go. No.
What happens to like July to like December is like 2 minutes.
We're not gonna just talk about how time goes fast. That's like a subject
man.
that, like, we're not Joe Rogan yet. Okay, we don't have the opportunity.
Like January to like June, like, is like forever.
As soon as you remember to write the correct year and the date, that's when shit starts going downhill. I'll agree with you there. But we're not done yet. First of all, I want to say congratulations. I already said that.
I did it.
Secondly, I just want to get it out there. I know that we had a really fun experience last week, but if you have anything to say about sometimes you talk about the previous week's game, I'm going to open the floor because I know you probably have a lot to say about Bejeweled Twist.
Let me tell you, I really had to sit down and do some soul searching and think about this. I do not care about Bejeweled Twist in the slightest. I will never think about Bejeweled Twist ever again. I will never play it again. It's not that I hate it. It's just so irrelevant to me that it's just a memory. It's a memory that just is gone.
Unlike the other loser on this podcast, I actually had a really enjoyable time with Bejeweled Twist this week, even more so than last week. Honestly, I got into my own when I was playing Bejeweled Twist last week, but not only did I play just as much Bejeweled Twist, holy shit, I played so much Bejeweled Twist. I played like 15 hours of Bejeweled Twist. I mean, according to Dana...
You like messaging me like in the middle of the night, like, I got a fruit bonus, bitch.
Yeah, okay, I got so many fruit bonuses. It's not even a joke. But I was playing Zen mode till the cows came home. I was playing Blitz mode till the cows came home, and I was blitzed. No, I wasn't, because it's Sober October. But what I'm trying to really get at here is that Bejeweled Twist is not just a game, it's a lifestyle, and it's actually also a game, because there is another mode that we never even talked about on the podcast, challenge mode. I've been going through that. I'm almost done with every single challenge.
You said it wasn't worth doing, so it was like we didn't talk about it.
That was before I became the biggest Bejeweled Twist fan of all time.
Is it fun?
No. But it's something to do. I just want to say 2 more things. First of all... That's a lot of things to say about Bejeweled Twist. First of all, there's actually like a little bit more depth to this game, in that like there's like some really weird Easter eggs, like Sim style, where you could like open up a cheat menu.
Yeah, you showed me something. You like turn a fucking thing into a cat. I'm like, oh, that's dope. Cool.
That's fun. That's the first thing. That's all I had to say about that. And then the second thing, I actually understand why this game is good.
Why is that?
Have you ever played the game Hexic?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
What did you play it on?
Xbox Live, I think.
Yeah, so Hexic was one of 2 free Xbox Live arcade games. The other being Aegis Wing. You ever play that one?
Vaguely familiar. If I saw a video or picture of it, I'd probably remember. But
it's extremely forgettable as a game. It's it's a left to right shmup. It's actually, okay. I had a lot of fun with my friends because that's like couch co-op multiplayer. But Hexic was the less popular of the 2. It was a puzzle game where you basically just twisted hexagons to make patterns. And the reason why Bejeweled Twist is good is because Hexic is good, and this is a Hexic ripoff.
Oh, I think of Hexos.
I have no idea what Hexos is. Is that like Meteos?
Oh, yeah, I was thinking of Hexos. I'm sorry.
Well, Hexic is a very good game. It was free, and this is a Hexic ripoff, so that's why this game is good. I will say this has better visuals than Hexic, but Hexic also came out a couple years earlier. It was like a 2005 Xbox game. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Hexic. What did we play this week?
So we played something a little bit more in depth than Bejeweled Twist. I'm not sure if you played it as much as Bejeweled Twist. I wish I actually played more, but I'm
actually a terrible podcaster. I did not play it as much as Bejeweled Twist. But what did we play this week?
We played Metroid Dread. I know it was like a long-awaited release for this Nintendo Switch. I remember you saying actually a couple podcasts ago how you didn't give a fuck about this game.
I have like a couple things to say on what you just said. First of all, this is not the long-awaited release. The thing is, like, I feel like I personally was the opinion that Metroid Dread came out of absolutely nowhere, and I feel like that was like
yeah.
You're thinking of Prime 4.
You're correct, because I remember it was the Nintendo Direct in like August. This was announced, and they're like, "Oh, this is coming out next month," and people were like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Yeah, and like no one had ever heard of it, and like now it's here, and now it's like, yep, this is a fully fledged Metroid game.
I just remember when we announced it, you're like, I do not give a shit about this game,
and that's true. I genuinely don't give a shit about the Metroid franchise, but like I have thoughts on the game. But what I will like, do you think that this is the way to do it? Like Sorry, like there was like the loudest car I've ever heard in my life outside my window. But
it's a cool.
Do you think this is the way?
Too.
Do you think this is the way to do it? Like this game came out of nowhere and all of a sudden it's here and all of a sudden it's in our hands, or would you rather like wait in anticipation? Like, oh, this game's being developed. It's going to be down the road.
I like being surprised. I like being surprised because like the longer shit's out or like that we're waiting for, the more you build up expectations, the more you can be disappointed. I think this is actually a really good marketing style because then people are like, oh wait, they don't have time to like set up expectations, you know? So it's like I think games like this probably have better reviews than things that you're like waiting, 3 years for, you know?
Oh yeah. At the same time, like I also feel like even if something had like a long development period and like things are just coming out of nowhere, like all of a sudden the new Sopranos movie was just out and like, this is out? Okay. Like
wait, it is?
Yeah, it came out like 2 weeks ago.
Are we just getting older where we just can't keep up with shit?
No, I think that COVID is just like every day everyone's honestly your life is it's the same as it was before COVID at this point, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
But for me at least, I'm just like living in a box all day, and therefore time is an illusion. It's a never-ending cycle of blurriness. But yeah, like I feel like it doesn't really matter in that things just come out when they come out, and I'm surprised either way. But yeah, this game came out of nowhere, and I must say it's a good game. I'm willing to say that.
I had a lot of fun with it. I think like the biggest thing that people are saying, like, this game is the Dark Souls of the Switch. This game is so fucking hard. You're gonna shit your pants. It's so hard. I really didn't experience that too much. I feel like there were a couple parts that I had to retry and go back to, but overall, I don't think this is like the hardest game on the Switch at all whatsoever.
I don't know how you would define difficulty, but this game is less difficult and more that like dying a lot is not necessarily difficult because like the thing is you die and then you're spawned like right before where you die.
Exactly.
And then you just
so
do
you
it
can
over
like
and over
go
again.
it again. It's more so just learning what you have to do. Like that's not difficult to me.
Like when I think of difficult, I think of if it is in terms of dying a lot, it's dying with consequence a lot. There aren't really consequences here. And then like the other way I think of difficult is actually like difficult from like a technical perspective. Like you have to hit like these 75 combos in a row, and that's
which
not
you
really
definitely don't.
Yeah, that's not really the case here. Let's actually just talk about what this game is.
Yeah.
In case you don't know what Metroid is.
Yeah. So Metroid is we've mentioned it a million times. We always say the term Metroidvania. Metroid Castlevania, which is basically a game where you are dropped in the middle of a giant labyrinth of areas, rooms, tunnels, whatever, and your goal is to get to some sort of end, to kill a boss or escape, all the while picking up power-ups that will augment your character to allow you to progress further or go back to get to rooms that you previously couldn't do, so on and so forth. That's basically the formula for every Metroid game ever. In this one, you're trying to find like a signal that came out of like some distress signal that you go to or some shit. So you go to this planet, and some dude attacks you and loses all your powers, and your goal is to get to the surface.
Let's be honest. Did you care about the plot whatsoever?
I mean, it is whatever. I'll pay attention to it, but I'm not like, oh my god, I've never been more invested in a story in my life. Like,
I don't like. I'm probably in the minority here, but like, I haven't played that many Metroid games, but the ones I have played, it's like the plot goes by the wayside. I'm just here to do some Metroid shit. Okay, that's what I care about. So like,
and this is some of like the most Metroid shit I've ever done.
Yeah, let's say this is a 2D Metroid. We forgot to mention that, but
completely 2D side scrolling, and like the sense of like, you know, we did Hollow Knight before, we did Shadow Complex. It's like identical as far as like gameplay goes.
Yeah, this is definitely a lot more close to Shadow Complex than any of the other games we've played in the Metroidvania space. And like this is, I remember when we were playing Shadow Complex, we were just talking like, wow, it's pretty crazy to see like a what is probably like a AAA budget on a 2D or at least 2.5D. This is also a little bit 2.5D like game, and like this is yet another AAA side-scrolling Metroidvania. And as someone who's not a fan of Metroid, I definitely was into this game. At the same time, I have a crippling Bejeweled addiction now. So like, I didn't play as much as I wanted to. I'm on the, I haven't gotten to the third boss yet, but I beat Kraid, and I'm like pretty far into the area after Kraid.
Yeah, that's about where I am. I got the, what upgrade did I get? I got the
Morph Ball.
I got the Morph Ball. I got the Morph Ball bomb. I got the speed.
Suit.
The suit, I got the speed. I think I'm like maybe like 20 minutes ahead of where you are.
Yeah, which honestly, like considering how spoilers, this game is apparently like 7 to 8 hours long. Like we really should have both beaten it, but we didn't.
Yeah, we were probably good.
Yeah.
I think we both like we probably played like probably about 3-4 hours each at least though.
Yeah, I'm estimating 3 to 4 hours. Around the same time as Diablo, around the same time it takes to get to level 12 in Diablo. But like I was pleasantly surprised in that like I felt this game was pretty accessible. My experience playing like every single Metroid, I remember, maybe I'm just really bad at the Metroid series. I played Metroid or Super Metroid. I played that one. And then I got bored in an hour because it was kind of aimless and I didn't really know where to go, and I kind of just got lost and like didn't really
This game
care.
kind of railroads you to where exactly you need to go. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like for all intents and purposes, you have open ability to explore where you can explore, but it's like if you get a certain power up, it's like immediately apparent on the map where you're supposed to go, because it's like, oh hey, I got this certain power up that blows through a certain wall. Oh hey, immediately outside the door of where I found this, there's a door that is useful for that, and that's where you're supposed to go. Or like maybe a certain path after you get a certain upgrade will be blocked, and you're supposed to go a certain way. I kind of don't like that it gives you the illusion of free roam, but I guess it's kind of cool because it makes it more accessible for people that can't pay attention to multiple things.
Yeah, and then I think it was the same thing. I played like one of the early DS versions of Metroid, and I got like lost. And then that one was a 3D Metroid, but like I got lost, and I'm like I have no interest in this. I don't necessarily mind exploration in games, but like maybe it's just like the 2D like dungeon area. It gets overwhelming to me, and I just kind of give up very easily.
Yeah,
like
this is a very large and expansive game. Like this is a very a huge map. So maybe
it's multiple maps. Even it's not just the one area. It's a bunch of huge areas, all kind of you could transport from one to another, but damn, it's expansive. And honestly, this game is very impressive. If you are into Metroidvanias or Metroid games, like there is nothing about the I shouldn't say nothing, but this is everything you'd expect and more. It very much excels at the genre. I mean, like
I think a lot of it makes it like people say like, oh, this is like frustratingly difficult and stuff like that. It's really not. I think the difficulty it has a good difficulty curve for like the casual gamer, and because it kind of railroads you into where you're supposed to go, I think it's a lot more accessible. Like you said, in my opinion, this might be one of the most accessible Metroidvania games ever. If you can just get past some of like the harder parts, because I think the only real like quote unquote difficult parts are like the bosses. but the bosses just come down to learning the pattern, and then just you learn how to like exploit it like super crazy. Like Kraid was actually a really fun fight.
Yeah, I enjoyed that as well. It's honestly super easy once you know it.
Yeah. Once you learn it, but like the first like 2 attempts, you're like dying instantly. Like what the fuck? And then you're like, oh wait, if I just aim in this certain direction, you can just shoot the thing and not get hit. Let's talk about like what this game does differently than some of like the other games out there, though.
So yeah, I mean, like the one thing that you're hearing a lot of people talk about this game regarding the differences between previous Metroid games is somewhere in the plot there's like this new foe that's not Metroids anymore because the Metroids have been like eradicated, I think. Is that what they said? But
something like that, yeah.
Basically, you got these robot enemies that come out every 5 seconds and then they're a one-hit kill. So some people like this. Some people say that getting chased and then like having to dodge these enemies adds a survival horror element, which honestly I could see you liking because you like survival horror games.
It's whatever.
But a lot of people are, it's whatever, or actively dislike it because it's a very jarring change of pace from the gameplay, not just from previous Metroid games, but like in this game entirely.
Well, it's why this game is called Dread, because it's like a sense of dread. Basically, these robots, they were sent to basically deal with the threat on this planet by like a mutual like good source, and something on the planet corrupted them and made them evil, and they will attack anything they see on sight. So what happens is there's specific zones that these robots patrol, and they're only allowed to be in that zone. But once you enter that zone, you are basically targeted as soon as it sees you. And if it sees you, it will chase you like crazy. There's no fighting it. There's no hiding. It's like you just need to fucking run. Like I know in a lot of games, you're like, oh, I want to check out this corner, that corner, see where this goes. It's like, no, you don't have time for this right now. You just need to fucking run and escape. Which I think is kind of cool. A lot of the difficulty in that comes with like, okay, it catches me, I die instantly. All right, I don't go to that corner. Next time I go to this corner and see where I have to go. So it's like
it rewards you for knowing the map, which I mean, like, yeah. I guess that is a good change of pace from the rest of the game. But I personally like. If you divide the game into the robot sections and the non-robot sections, I would rather a game be entirely non-robot than have these robot sections. I feel like I don't want to say
it's a negative for me, but I'm not saying like, oh wow, this is like one of the best things I've ever done ever. I could take it or leave it. I mean, it was whatever. It didn't really take off points for me, but it didn't really add anything either.
But yeah, I personally, like you were talking about this game being accessible. I thought the difficulty curve was fine. I think that because Metroid's like the game known for like iterative upgrades. You get like an upgrade that like is actually permanent like every 5 seconds, and like I felt that like especially regarding like getting more health, getting more missiles, it was easier to progress and like you start getting these progressions when you start getting used to the character and the controls a bit. I thought the controls were a little bit wonky. I did not like aiming the gun that you used.
It's a little bit weird until I think you get it. Like there would be times where I'd accidentally press like the wrong combination. Straight up, this game feels like a fighting game with like the amount of combinations you have to do like different abilities. It's like Z. Okay, so you have to like hold Z and then you have to press attack, or it's like you have to do like left down stick and then, jump up, and then, it's like there's a lot of combinations to do like a million different abilities, which is fine. And once you get used to it, I guess you're used to it. But there are a couple times where I did a couple wrong combinations.
Yeah, I like it might just stem from the fact that like I'm not a shooter person. Like I actively like my body doesn't want to play shooters. So
you also have Joy-Con drift, don't you?
No, I got new Joy-Cons. Otherwise, I would never want to play a Switch game again. Like I got those like over a month ago. So
yeah.
It was so bad, like I couldn't play video games, which is not great. Nintendo fix your shit. Apparently, so now they're actively saying they fixed it. They previously didn't want to say there was a problem, and now they're saying that the new Joy-Cons do fix it. But that's like a development in like the last week. Anyway, yeah, like I thought it was a little clunky, but it's minor. Like
it serves its purpose. Like
yes.
It's for me, it's like the robots. It doesn't add anything or take anything away. Because like the actual gameplay when you're in those like Metroid sections, or, when you're finally like, oh wait, I can use this ability now to go to this area, and it's like super cool. There's like a secret, because there's secrets all over the place. It feels really satisfying to get them. Or like when you get your lava suit and you can go to like the lava areas, and you're like dealing with different enemies.
This game is like a masterclass in like iterative design. Like sure, every single Metroid seems to be this way, where you're just unlocking new areas of the map. It turns one area of the map into like 4 separate areas. and like it's very creative. Like my mind was being blown of how this like place that like I was previously in for like one section of the game, like I'm in the same section, but it's just like a completely different experience, basically.
Different area,
Yeah.
I want to go back into how like this game railroads you into where you're supposed to go. Like basically the entire game is fairly linear with just like a couple paths you can kind of go and explore a little bit. I guess because of that, it's kind of like an expected experience.
I still got lost. Like I still the thing is like instead of getting lost going to the wrong corner of the map, I would get lost going in circles. But I think that's just me being bad at Metroidvanias.
I just constantly look at the map and it's like, oh wait, okay, so I just got this power up. The nearest thing that I can use that power up, I have to go there.
Yeah, I wasn't looking at the map that much, but
I look at the map like every 5 seconds. Like the map is like actually like functionally fantastic. I guess you're
trying to say that like this game is a little bit different than other Metroids in that like sure like in the original Metroids like Super Metroid,
you're like where the fuck do I go? Like this is like clear and cut. You're basically on a roller coaster and you're experiencing the ride the entire time.
Well, it's
a fantastic ride, but you don't really have much choice.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is that like previous Metroids, like every single player probably has a different experience trying to get through the game, while pretty much everyone will have the same experience this time, right?
Which isn't a bad thing. It's actually quite fun and it makes it a little bit more accessible and probably a little bit shorter as well. Because to be honest, a lot of these types of games that are like, oh, this game's 40 hours. A lot of it's just figuring out where the fuck do you go.
Yeah, like Hollow Knight.
Game's amazing. We're playing Silk Song. I'm going to play 100 hours of it.
I'm going to buy the physical copy so I could take a shit in it and then send it to your house.
Best game of all time.
No, that's not true at all, right?
What?
Hollow Knight being the best game of all time?
It's definitely a top 5 for me.
Gonna puke on this mic.
No, this game's really fun. I actually will beat this because
I know we normally say, I hope to beat this game. This game is short enough, and it's also like $60. I'm definitely beating this game because I want to get my money's worth. And
it's
honestly,
also really good looking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is one of the best 2D games we played on the podcast in terms of graphical abilities. Like Shadow Complex looks like a piece of shit compared to this game, and Shadow Complex doesn't look bad. I thought Shadow Complex looked fine.
Did you see those memes on Twitter that people are like, this is a $60 Nintendo game versus a $60 Sony game? And it's like, people are like hating on the graphics. I'm like, this game looks good and is really fun.
It's
like
2D. Like what do you expect? Like
this is going to look better in 10 years than your 3D game. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I guess you're talking about memes on Twitter now because it's like I got to latch on to anything in the zeitgeist. I'm fine.
Well, no, it's like this Twitter. Is actually like this is like everywhere. Like people are like making fun of this game.
But it was funny because you haven't brought up a Twitter meme in months, and I was like, why is this a little bit different than normal conversation?
Shut the fuck
up. Yeah. So yeah, this game is fine. This game is worth $60. Like I think that like I think if you're a completionist, this game could take like 15 hours. But like sure, that's short. But like honestly, so Psychonauts wasn't that long, right?
No.
Yeah, and like that was definitely worth $60. Holy shit! I mean,
absolutely.
Psychonauts is better.
Like this game's like a cinematic experience. Like the bosses are really really cool. They're interesting. All the areas are different. Distinctively. Like you get to like the water area, and it's super cool how you have to like use your abilities and things like that to I guess you almost have to, it's like a puzzle in the way you have to use your abilities to get to certain doors and things like that. Or like, how do I get to that ledge? It's like, all right, well, if I use this ability and then this ability in conjunction, I can get up there, which kind of feels good to like solve.
Yeah, I definitely think this is a very atmospheric game. That's a word I would use to describe it. Like it does look really, really good. And honestly, it looks good. Like I didn't realize that this game wasn't developed by Nintendo until there was some news about it. But so
it was something about some of the devs actually didn't get credited because they didn't work. Basically, what happened is a bunch of devs from
Mercury, Steam.
Yeah, so they didn't get included in the credits, and they're a little bit upset about it. So apparently, their company policy is if you work on under 25% of the game, you're not in the credits. Which I kind of think that I'd be a little bit upset about that.
Like the thing about credits is that like no one gives a shit.
Yeah, like you see, like like thank my dog. Like people put like their dog in the fucking credits of games. Like what the fuck? Like give these people a little bit of recognition for like creating like a fantastic game.
I'm trying to like, is there like a monetary like for like tax purposes? Like if you could be credited. Like, I feel like there has to be an actual reason. Otherwise, they're just pissing off their developers for no reason. Like, this is Mercury Steam policy. This is not Nintendo saying you can't be part of the credits.
Yeah.
This is so Mercury Steam apparently also made the previous Metroid remake for 3DS that was also very well received, and they were asked to make this one.
Was that? I know Metroid Fusion was supposed to be like, this is actually like I guess that happens right after the Metroid Fusion series.
Yes, Metroid Samus Returns was also made by the same developer as Metroid Dread.
Okay.
But yeah, I haven't played any of them because I'm not a huge Metroid fan.
Do you think this could make you, turn a leaf into enjoying it?
I will beat this game, but I am not interested in Metroid any more than I was before playing. Like, I could appreciate a game, I could enjoy a game and still not be a fan of the series. Just like I could play a game and not enjoy it and still be like, WarioWare is a good example where the game was fine. Like, the game wasn't life-changing, but I'm still a WarioWare fan.
Yeah, it was fun. It just wasn't really that in depth.
Yeah. So, like, I'm still a WarioWare fan.
What's the word? Ephemeral experience or whatever?
Yes, you're taking after me now because I say that constantly.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm still. It's a good game. I'm not a huge Metroid fan, but this is definitely like I recommend it. Like this is one of the better Switch games to exist.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I think the difficulty curve is very pleasant. Like at first you're like, holy shit, these enemies whip my ass, but it's like, well, if you take like 2 seconds to like figure it out, not just run in guns blazing, you'll be fine. I'm curious to see if like the bosses or like the gameplay gets like a lot more difficult later on, because I know people say like, oh, this game's so fucking hard, man, what the fuck.
From what I could tell, the game only gets better, but we'll have an update next week, right? That's the whole.
I'm gonna do my best to beat it this week.
Why would we play the game on the week we're supposed to play the game? That's silly,
right? I mean, I had my Windows replaced today, so I was like super busy.
Today though, there's 7 days.
Well, it's like,
in a
yeah,
week.
but I had to spend like the past like multiple days cleaning my apartment, so.
Yeah, I should have just had a clean apartment in the first place, huh?
Hey, no, I'm a gamer. We live in degeneracy 24/7. So play this game. I think this could definitely make like a top 10 list for me for like the year for sure.
I enjoyed it. It has a gun, therefore it's not going to be on my top 5 list.
It's like there are things that I just like in the middle of conversation I was thinking about. Like I didn't think about how accessible this game is and how less exploratory it is compared to like other Metroids. Like, and I think that's also a good thing. Like if someone was like, oh, how do I get in the Metroid series? It's probably like the perfect one to get people into it.
Yeah, every single time I play a Metroid, there's no hook for me because there's no.
Well, the biggest thing for you is like you're like, where the fuck do I go? Versus like
exactly.
I'm very map oriented. Like if I'm playing a video game and I go through a room, I permanently to memory, like I know how to get there, like wherever. Like I never am like lost.
And maybe this might go into Diablo, honestly, but like yeah, I don't like looking at a map, and I don't know what it is, and I feel like I'm not alone. I feel like I'd rather just be doing it versus like actually like like using tools or the necessity to use tools for me to go from point A to point B. Like I just like going,
And there's nothing wrong with that. You like something a little more linear.
It's not even that I like things that are linear. Like I remember I would love exploring world and like RPGs and stuff, but like I wouldn't like doing it on a map. I don't really understand it, but that's how it was. I was just like going from point A to point B, sense of adventure. Yeah, maybe it's just the fact that this is a little bit more linear. That's why I was able. Because like honestly, if I was in a situation where I was not hooked when I got hooked, it would have been a shitty podcast. I would have been like, I didn't really play that much of the game. I didn't play that much of the game in the first place.
This is genuinely like a game that it's like, oh man, I like actually want to play like more of this. Like I'm actually, it's kind of like a slow roll. At first you're like, all right, this is cool. And then it's like, oh fuck, this is actually kind of
really
fun.
Cool. Yeah. So tune in next week when I play more Bejeweled Twist instead of this game.
I'll play more Diablo 2.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry to say. What else is new?
Your face.
Oh, what's in the red Solo cup?
Mio.
Pure vodka. Dude, have you ever had Mio as a chaser?
No, that sounds terrible.
It's garbage, but that's like college level. Like, oh, we can't afford to get Sprite, so we're just gonna put Mio in the shot. And it surprisingly
okay.
goes
in the
down.
shot.
Yeah.
I imagine it's fine, but fuck. I've actually been drinking a lot of Mio lately because it's not terrible.
I think Mio's making a comeback, and by that I mean my girlfriend Angela is getting a lot more Mio. So I'm having a lot of Mio myself. I'm a Mio boy now.
Really? Oh, which one do you do?
The orange one, and then there's like an iced tea one.
I'm drinking the energy right now. It's black cherry.
Why do you need energy right now? It's 9 p.m.
Because I was literally.
Are you a boomer?
I woke
Is
up
it past your bedtime?
I woke up last night at like 9 p.m. and then was literally up until 6 a.m. cleaning my apartment.
I think you mean playing Bejeweled Twist.
Yeah, playing Bejeweled Twist. No, I was cleaning my apartment and then fucking the window people came at 8:30 a.m. and then they didn't start on my windows until 1 p.m. So it was like I'm just sitting there like in twilight, like fuck. I played a shit ton of Metroid Dread though.
Dude, your life must be really hard.
No, it's great. Like my apartment is like clean. I can actually have people over without feeling disgusted.
Yeah, you wouldn't podcast drama here. I'm like, hey, can I see your new place? I haven't seen you in like 2 years. He's like, nah, we're gonna meet at a restaurant and then I'm gonna leave in an hour. That's the virtual homework meetup for a century.
I just had like boxes of shit everywhere, and it's just like I don't.
You have no excuse. Now I'm going to force myself into your apartment. And
I do have gamer desk right now though.
Yeah, I don't, because I literally, this podcast is a reminder to like clean the gamer desk. I do have severe gamer desk until this podcast. It's the only positive that's ever come out of this.
Can you pick up one thing that's on your desk right now? I got this.
What is that? Is that Flat Stanley? Probably Flat Stanley.
Came in a Happy Meal. It's Mexican boy. Apparently they're giving Mexican children toys.
Okay, that's how it is.
I actually do get a decent amount of Happy Meals from McDonald's because they have a
Why?
deal where if you get because they have on the app they have a deal if you get any value meal you get a free Happy Meal. So what I'll do is I'll get like
actually ordering Happy Meals. No, like, I know adults who get Happy Meals and that like upsets me a great deal.
So it's like I'll get like the 2 cheeseburger meal which is like $6.50. I get like a medium. And then I'll get a chicken nugget Happy Meal so I can get 4-piece nuggets and like.
I haven't I'm not at the level of getting the McDonald's app yet. I hope to never be at that point.
It's
you are a reminder.
If you go to McDonald's enough, you should get it because you'll get so much free stuff. It's like literally
I don't want encouragement to go to McDonald's. I don't want them to be like
every
you come
day
to McDonald's so much. We love you. Here's free food. That's like nightmare for my body.
Every day you can get a large fry for $1. You get free large fries on Fridays. You can get 40-cent ice cream cones. You can get like
an early death.
90. Yes, early death. Are you wearing a Complexity Limit shirt?
Yeah.
That's dope.
But the problem with this shirt is that like I like Complexity when they were like independently owned. Now they're owned by the one of the Texas sports teams. Like and so they changed their logo to match that one Texas sports team. So now like if I wear this shirt out in public, people are like, "Hey, what's your thoughts on the game last week?" I'm like, "This is the worst nightmare I've ever experienced." So I never wear this shirt anymore.
Sports.
Yeah, they actually ruined like I can't wear the shirt anymore because too many people are friendly with me, and that's a problem. I don't know shit at all about sports, and it genuinely makes me uncomfortable. I can't wear the shirt.
Yeah, like every Sunday, my coworker's watching football on his phone, and it's like I don't have anything to talk to you about because he just watches the game. He's like, my fantasy football league is doing well. I'm like, that's cool. Do you throw the ball? I'm
not like one of those sports ball people. I don't. If someone enjoys something, I'm not gonna be like, you are the worst.
Yeah, no, I have differing opinions on that. I'm one of those people that's like, for most things, like do what makes you happy. If it doesn't hurt other people, then power to you. That being said, I genuinely think sports have been have shown demonstrable harm to society.
Yeah, there's a lot of riots and head trauma associated with sports, but I don't know. There's also like gamers.
Speaking of gamer, so I was mentioning that I had the window people over today, right? So for one, I had the Mao painting up. I forgot to take it down. They went in my room, like clearly looked at it. Like they were like super nice to me, and then they saw that, and then like it was just like completely like
what are you doing?
They were not nice to me anymore.
Yeah, they're not. Oh my god. That's like a legitimate oh no. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
So I like when they weren't looking, it's like I went into the room and like took it down and like put it like under the table. That's like even worse though, because then that's me acknowledging that it's there.
And acknowledging that it's like there's a reason why it shouldn't be there. Like it's like, oh, I know I've been bad. Oh no!
Yeah, I fucked up.
Yeah, you fucked up. I mean, the real fuck up is just having it in the first place, but that's my fault.
I mean,
how else are we gonna get YouTube comments if it isn't for the fact that
it's for engagement purposes?
Yeah, it's for engagement purposes. That's the reason why we're now YouTube stars. Okay, you don't get 100,000 views on YouTube without pictures of dictators on your wall.
It's how I can afford this babe.
It's how you can afford that babe. Has anyone commented on that babe? I know, like, the first day you wore it out, you were like, I feel like a baller.
No one has ever said anything. My stepdad said he likes it. He's like, that's a cool shirt.
I thought you said when you wore it the first time, someone at the mall said something.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I had this like, yo, that's a dope ass shirt. Because I guess it's like a limited edition or some shit. I don't know.
All babe is limited edition. They don't like print the same thing ever again.
Oh, so I can sell this shirt for $1,000?
It's $168.
Yes.
You're gonna do it? You're gonna betray me?
No. No. Did you get the Metroid Dread pre-order bonus?
I didn't. I know a lot of people, like Target or something, had a pre-order box. Is that what you got?
No, I just went to GameStop and they had like this super cool pin set, like it has like Metroid Dread on it.
Oh, that's
pins.
Cool. No, I just got the guy with the asking me if I wanted. You would be a fool not to get a warranty on this game, and I'm like, all right, no. And he's like, are you sure? I'm like, you just insulted me. You said that if I don't do this, I'm gonna be a fool. You're calling me a fool right now. But at the same time, I'm just like, he has to do this. No right-minded individual will get a warranty on a $50 Switch game. Like what? I'm gonna eat the disc, eat the cartridge.
I mean, they have to do that. It's like part of their like metrics and stuff like that. They're always going to say like, "Hey, do you want to do it?" I just couldn't imagine getting a warranty on like on a video game.
The last time I ever got a warranty on a video game was it was like the worst idea on the planet, and it was like not just a warranty on a video game. It was that like my parents were like, "You're gonna need a warranty on these Guitar Hero drums or whatever." It was like, yeah, I guess like we're gonna be knocking the shit out of these, and it just. Huge waste of money. I think they broke, but like it was like right after the warranty ended anyway, so it was like a complete waste of money and just
Warranties in general are kind of like a huge.
I don't get warranties anymore. No one should get warranties.
That being said, though, I could see it for like certain things. Like if let's say I'm buying like a $70 controller, like if it's like $1.99 for like a lifetime warranty, that's not awful, especially when things like Joy-Con drift or like I've had controllers go bad, that kind of thing. That's like pretty much the only situation. But like, have you ever had like a cartridge or a CD go bad that wasn't your fault?
I already have a massive issue with like returning things that like I very much need to return. Like getting a warranty is just like signing myself up for like inconvenience, I guess. But yeah, things that I can't think of anything off the top of my head that a warranty would actually have been useful for to answer. Well, your question.
Can like just stick the cartridge up your ass, like covered in shit, and then return it like this. Like it's just stopped working one day. It's like literally like encased in a turd.
I guess. I'm going to assume that's not in the warranty coverage, but you never know.
Do you know?
I don't know. I said I would assume, but I guess the ass out of you and me.
Well, I can tweet at GameStop asking them because I am fucking unbanned from Twitter, god damn it. Can I, for like the 1,000th time, gush over how much I love the Switch?
Just sure. Congrats, man.
Sorry.
You're
well, it's like I just
you're 4 years late.
I know, but it is like so insane to me that I'm playing like AAA games like in bed. Like I had the Switch Lite, but like this screen is like 40% larger and like so much more comfortable.
I just like bask in like the fact that like you told me, oh, I don't need a Switch, and then like
I know, but it's like literally I talked to the people at GameStop and they said the same thing. That, like everybody does the same thing.
You got bitched hard,
and I'm so happy. And I still think that. Nunchucks, what are these fucking things called? The fucking Joy-Cons, whatever. Just chilling like...
You were the only person that likes using the Joy-Cons out of the thing.
It is so comfortable.
It's like, not that comfortable. Joy-Cons kind of suck. Whatever. Your hands don't cramp being tiny, just grabbing shit?
No.
Okay, I don't know.
It's so comfortable for me. I actually like really, really enjoy it. Like I thought that like the controls would feel weird, but it's like really, really natural for me. I sleep like sprawled out like that, so maybe it's like because I can switch game like.
At risk of alienating our entire audience because every single person knows that the Switch is good at this point, what else do we have this week?
Speaking of Switch, isn't Kotaku getting sued by Nintendo for like the how to get Dread early?
I have no idea. Where do you hear about this?
I literally posted it in the.
Okay, finally you got a reversal. Okay, that's you did. No, you didn't post it.
Yeah, I did. And shared.
You posted something else.
Metroid Dead Devs from Mercury's. Oh fuck! Yeah, no, I did post something else.
That's right. Okay, I read everything.
Okay, no, but Kotaku's like they got like sued and had to take down an article because they were like posting like how to like get Dread early. You know, like put your like region into something else, and Nintendo got really pissed because they consider it piracy.
How is it considered piracy if like you literally do you have to buy a copy of the game? Do you have to buy a copy of the game?
Yeah.
So how is it pirate? I mean, the thing is, like, Nintendo got a streamer banned because they've started playing Pokemon. I mean, do you know Worcester?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Worcester got banned temporarily because he started playing Pokemon, I think, Sword and Shield, when it came out in Australia, which is like 12 hours before everyone else. He's Australian. Yeah. So, like, he didn't get the game early. He just played it when it came out, and they're like, oh, he got it early. Oh, shit. And then they had to, like, they're just bad about release date stuff. I mean, I don't know. It's Nintendo. I mean, like, the thing is, like, Kotaku's probably, like, they're kind of poking the bear in this regard. Like,
but it just goes back to how Neanderthalic fucking Nintendo is with all this shit. Like, it is just so... They're just so detached from any sort of reality with the internet.
I guess, but at the same time, like, I know Gawker doesn't exist anymore, but considering Kotaku used to be a Gawker property, they should probably understand not to get sued. Like, that was, like, the whole thing with the Hulk Hogan. That's the reason why Gawker is no longer a thing. So, you gotta be careful when it comes to a litigious company like Nintendo.
Well, what's so funny is this actually tangentially ties into the game we played, how all these news outlets say, like, Metroid Dead is, like, this is, like, the new hard. This is the Dark Souls of the Switch. Like, I just feel like we already got, you know, a hater for talking about game journalists, but game journalists in general seem to suck at games.
They really do. And I don't know, I just back on the earlier point, I feel like game journals will also write about literally anything because I've gotten so many shit articles published. Now, I don't write them, but I'm just like, I email Kotaku and I'm like, hey, I got this tip. And they're like, oh, okay.
Wait, are you really? That's a thing that you've done?
Yeah, if you just email like Kotaku, really any of these places, like they accept tips. I think it's tips at Kotaku.com. And then like, yeah, they'll email you back if it's good.
Can I be like, Jeff Bezos took a shit on my chest?
If you have proof, they would love to write about that. That would be like that would make their day. I mean, you might get killed by the Bezos Illuminati, but
this is true.
I mean, honestly, I would love to hear about it if you actually got shat on by Jeff Bezos.
I would like if Jeff Bezos came up to you. Would you? He's like, I like you're like literally like walking like downtown Chicago. He's like, I have $100,000 in my hand right now. I want you to lay on the ground. I'm gonna shit on your chest. Would you do it?
I mean, that's the easiest decision of your life because like it's $100,000 for like very minor inconvenience. Would you do it for free? That's the question.
That's a pretty major.
It's really not.
Though.
It's really
to
not.
be in the middle of like downtown Chicago with like hundreds of people around you.
It's $100,000.
Yeah, I would do it too.
Yeah, and it's also Jeff Bezos. Like, like
the spectacle alone. Like, I think people would do it for free.
That's the thing. That's what I was gonna ask. Would you do it for free? In this scenario, you're not in public. You're just mute. It's just like a situation. You're in a room with Jeff Bezos, and he's like, "Hey, let me shit on your chest." You could tell people about it. You're allowed to tell people about it.
But like, would people believe me?
You're allowed to tell, and I don't know. Because the thing, if you had proof that Jeff Bezos shat on your chest, then like that's an easy no. Like, of course you're doing it because it doesn't matter if you don't get paid money.
I just like pocket the steaming turd to get it like
DNA
tested.
DNA'd. But who wants a mini Bezos? Like Bezos, like if Bezos
it's not
grew
about
up now,
that. Just to prove it, I think people would want like. I bet you could literally sell Jeff Bezos shit and someone like that would be worth money. Like actually,
I mean the thing is like if people really wanted billionaire shits, people would be selling like because there's all of these like maids and stuff like that. Like these people hire like there's people surrounding them in a manner that
what do they shit in a cup? They flush it. What the fuck? Like
you don't know these things. You don't know how billionaires live. They might just have a shitting room. They
just have like a slave with like their like two slaves with like their hands open. They shit like that. Like thank you, Mr. Bezos, for this gift.
It's like a blood boy, you know?
A shit boy. I was gonna go back on the topic of Worcester. He got banned from GDQ for saying the N word like on stream.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
That's not the reason he got banned. He showed up after the N word thing. He He got banned because he messed with the venue and then got banned from the venue, and then they later banned him for that.
Worcester's the Pokemon guy, right?
Yeah.
The British. He literally said the N-word.
He said the N-word on stream, but that wasn't an issue at the time. This was like 2012 AGDQ.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like if he did it like last year, that'd be a problem. Like,
that's so crazy to me.
No, I mean he admitted that he got banned from the venue that was hosting GDQs for collecting people's ID. He had like 70 ID cards.
Oh yeah.
And that, and apparently like he was like in areas he shouldn't have been, like the like staff laundry and stuff like that. He was like exploring the hotel in a weird way. Like basically he was being a menace, and then it just led to him being banned.
Yeah, I mean I've done worse at conventions, but
yeah. I'm not saying you have, but I'm just saying I've been around the situation.
I just remember at ASEN, just like there's like the staff area, and I would just be drunk, like just walking through like the back hallways, and like where it says staff only, I would just go in. Staff's look at me, what are you doing? He's like, don't talk to me, and I would just keep going, and that would be the end of it.
I mean, AnimeCon volunteer staff, that's like a special tier of nerd. It's like you have to be assertive enough to like join staff, but there's no way you're actually courageous. Like this is the most the thing is, it's kind of like a balance though, because like you have the people who are like actually too scared of confrontation and just want it for like the merit. It's kind of like being a moderator on Reddit. I can say that because I am a moderator on Reddit. But then like there's also probably like the people who's like, this is the most power they've ever had in their life, and they want to abuse it like dearly.
Oh, I would have people straight up saying like, "Oh, you can't be back here." I'm like, "I'm back here," and I would just keep walking because it was faster to go through there.
But there's gotta be.
What are they gonna do?
Judge Dredd of the AnimeCon.
Let me see your tag. No,
just extrajudicial tasing. It's like I'm AnimeCon staff. You can't do shit. It's like, yeah, sir, you're arrested.
Shoot me in the face.
Just to go back in the Jeff Bezos thing, I feel like we should talk about this. Did you see the first consequence of the Twitch leaks?
Yeah, and it's hilarious, but it's actually terrifying.
Yeah, because it was very innocent this time. Next time it's going to be like, okay. Well, anyway, to explain what happened, GTA's banner, like the actual image for the game. In fact, a lot of games, not just GTA's, were replaced with an image of like Jeff Bezos, for lack of a better term, pogging. Like he's doing this weird ass face. So yeah, I guess that now that we know how Twitch works, it's very easy to hack, and that's the first thing we saw. It must suck. Like I remember back when I was like straight out of school as a software engineer, I was like, I would love to work for Twitch if only I didn't have to relocate.
My God.
Yeah. And the thing is, at the time, it was still a good place to work. It recently had been bought by Amazon, and like it still had the original Twitch culture. But like the Glassdoor scores, Glassdoor being the career review website, the Glassdoor scores went from like 4.5 to 2.5. Yeah, rate your teacher for companies. It went from like 4.5 average to like 2.5 average in like 2 years. So it was already kind of a shitty place to work, and that's evident by the fact that Twitch is a terrible platform with terrible culture. But I mean, to be fair, like all these gaming related things have apparently some pretty terrible
almost all of them.
Culture.
I mean, to be fair, like we can say like all these leaks are bad, but like it's terrible engineering, terrible coding, whatever. Literally every company is just like one little thing away from like having something maybe 50% as bad.
Yeah, when you work in cybersecurity, you realize that like, oh, everything's fucked. Eventually, everyone's information is going to be out there from a leak. Amazon should be a little better because like this wasn't just like a leak. Like this was like the whole fucking sink. But
Kit and caboodle.
I just want to say, it must really suck being a software engineer right now at Twitch. It's like, oh
God,
I'm working 18-hour days instead of 14-hour days. It's like, oh my God.
It is so funny that they changed the logo with Jeff Bezos, because they could have been like so much nastier. Like they could have put like a giant could have put Goatsy up there.
That would be honest. I would much rather them have put Goatsy. So the thing is, I personally, I'm waning off my Twitch usage. I'm watching Twitch way too much. I'm spending too much time. I'm looking for excuses to leave Twitch. 1, 2, I guess like I'm an adult, so I've seen Goatsy many times. I'm an adult, so I've seen Goatsy many times. Like that's like I'm an adult. I'm on my 8th Goatsy viewing.
As a child, you saw it though, which is what's so funny.
That's the problem. No, maturity is it's pre and post Goatsy. What I'm trying to say is that I would personally not have that much qualm seeing Goatsy again. It's like, oh, god damn it. I'm so desensitized to it. But yeah, I understand children use the website and it'd be terrible for them to see it. But I think it would be like, just because it would highlight the seriousness of the breach if like millions of people were forced to see Goatsy because they logged onto Twitch one day, I would definitely chuckle. That's all I want to say. I would chuckle hard.
I'm chuckling just like thinking about it. But yeah, I think we're gonna see a lot more stuff like this with coming days. You know, with how ingenious these dark packets of the internet are with people with coding and stuff like that. They're literally 24 hours a day combing through this leak just to find other things to exploit. I wouldn't be surprised if some other scary things come out of it. Like they could possibly, you know, spoof payment program shit. Like who knows? So,
well,
I.
Well, Is that what I was gonna say? No. Well, I honestly think that like being a Twitch dev right now really sucks because a lot of the stuff is gonna have to be like coded differently, which is not fun.
Yeah,
they're gonna have to rebuild
nothing
a lot of
can
the site
be
from the ground up.
I had this conversation with a buddy of mine. He's in cybersecurity, and he's like, "This is like ridiculous. This happened. This should never happen." But it's like someone with the MBA said, "All right, well, it's going to cost this to fix it, and this if it goes bad." So they kind of like it's like a wager of do we pay all this money to get it fixed?
It's not. Yeah, that's what you think. But honestly, it's that they don't have enough talented people to work on this. Twitch is a massive platform. I know that personally, people in my field and people who are at large companies, cybersecurity is taken incredibly seriously. But when you have extremely large amounts of data, like a company like Twitch, you can't possibly have every single thing locked down. Like there will be a flaw. There will be one person who makes one mistake in one small area, and that's going to act as a backdoor to everything. You would think it's like just some like guy being like, "Oh, we don't have the budget for that." Amazon has the budget for that. They don't have the engineers
not necessarily
for that.
about budget. It's like they make the wager of like, well, we can spend this amount of money to not fix it, or spend this amount of money to fix it, and you know, if we have to fix it like 4 years down the line, then you know the money invested isn't going to be as upfront. Or
it's about manpower. Like Amazon was recently in the news for literally running out of people to hire. Like not just on the warehouse front, because like it's like something like 1 in like 8 people work for Amazon in the US. Like they have a ridiculous amount, not 1 in 8 people, but like they have a ridiculous amount of employees and software engineers. They're just the pool of software engineers, even though we're giving more software engineering degrees like faster than ever, like there just aren't that many, especially in cybersecurity. So like they can't patch up all their bases. It's inevitable, and it's inevitable at all these companies. Like cybersecurity engineering is an amazing field to go into, but it's also very stressful because you will probably at one point have to deal with a breach.
Maybe my thought on this subject has more to do with like small or like medium-sized businesses versus like mega corporations.
If you have a 20-person company that has a website, the guy's going to be like, who gives a shit about cybersecurity? Like that, of course. If you're at a large company like Twitch with a dedicated cybersecurity department, those people are probably like some of the most well-paid people.
My buddy's company literally just got hacked. They had a ransomware because the company is like, oh, we don't want to spend money on a filter, and it's like, well, we kind of need it. It's like, well, that doesn't make us money. That just spends money. And then some random fucking person in accounting clicked on a email, and then the entire company was ransomed.
Yeah. That's why companies got to have phishing drills. Got to have them monthly, and then
he does that all the time, and they just don't care.
They gotta like give them a fake email website, like just like, hey, you play on this all day. It's like gfail.com. Terrible joke.
That makes me want to hurt myself in
cry. You said
online space.
You probably meant cry, right?
Yeah. Oh, I got a notification on Twitter. Do you want to see what it is?
Yeah. Let's explore the crazed mind of Dana.
It's Pokemon.
Okay, let's not explore it at all. We're done here.
I'm actually really fucking hungry.
I went to 7-Eleven. I got the like chicken sandwich. It was bad. It was just bad.
Yeah, why would you think it would be anything?
Well, okay. To be fair, I like went at like 9:30 p.m. and like they usually close out like the eating area at like 7 p.m. and it's like they have this lone chicken sandwich. and it was like obviously way over, like hours overcooked, and it was a bad experience.
Why
it was a bad decision.
I just don't understand. I couldn't imagine just buying food from fucking 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven has really good. Have you had a taquito from 7-Eleven?
No, I refuse.
It's sustenance. Where's your nearest 7-Eleven? Can you type your address into the chat?
I literally have one
screen?
like around the corner.
So everyone meet up at Dana's local 7-Eleven, located at. Can talk? No,
I'm just gonna say your address.
That'd be fun, right? That'd be
just
really
like
fun.
100% dox you.
Yeah, but
123 Fake Street.
Everyone go to a 7-Eleven, and then I'm not really thinking this through very well, but like somehow
what are you gonna do? Like have like a flash mob? Let's have a virtual homework flash mob in like the middle of Idaho.
We're gonna have a flash mob at Dana's 7-Eleven, but like the logic here is to get you to go to the 7-Eleven. If you have enough people that listen to this podcast that are willing to go to a random 7-Eleven, you're gonna stay as far away from that 7-Eleven as possible because you're gonna be very scared of those people.
So right now we are going to have a virtual homework meetup at Lanzhou, China.
Lanzhou.
Yeah, I searched random place in the world, so that's where we're meeting up. We're gonna be there tomorrow, so be there.
Do you know that like the opposite of where we are is not China?
Well, that was just what came up when I searched.
No, but you know how you're always told like, oh, if you dug
no.
It's like the ocean.
Yeah, it's people drastically like people look at globes like in maps. Those are really, really not accurate at all whatsoever.
Well, globes are accurate.
Really?
What? Yeah, it's like literally.
Don't they like exaggerate like the size of things?
Literally, the whole thing about exaggeration is that when you try to put something 3D on a 2D plane, you have to make concessions. A globe is a 3D object. So, like, yes, projections of 2D maps. We're talking about square maps. Or not rectangle maps. Those are the ones that like. That's where you see Greenland the size of Africa because the Mercator projection that puts the everything towards the top and bottom significantly more stretched out. There's also ways to alleviate that. Yes, you just sent me a Mercator projection.
Yeah, like Greenland's like the biggest country in like the world, and so is Russia. I don't think
Russia is the biggest country in the world.
Is it like bigger than fucking the entire North American continent?
This like doubles the size of Russia. But the thing, like, first of all, there's like a website for this, like True Size. I'm not sure if you've seen it.
True Size World Map.
Yeah, True Size.
True Size of
the TrueSize.com, and then you just like drag the place, and then it stretches it onto the Mercator projection. It's pretty cool. It's legitimately a very useful website.
That's cool. Australia's big as fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty big. People definitely underestimate that. But no, what I'm trying to say is like, yeah, there's also multiple. This is the one you know because this is the one you saw in school. But there are a lot of different projections of 2D maps, and like. There are ones that significantly alleviate the issues that you're talking about. But globes are accurate. Globes are like, the whole point of a globe is that it's like relatively close to the shape of the world. Like, I guess globes are like not accurate in that like they're not 1-to-1, right? You're not like if you had a globe the size of the Earth, that's how you would get a super accurate globe. But that would kind of.
I want to live inside a globe.
Is that like a song or something?
No, I just want to get like a giant globe, like just demolish my apartment building with it and replace it with a giant globe and want to live inside of it.
I can't think of how uncomfortable it would be to live in a circle, like a sphere. No walls, just a sphere.
Yeah, like just like think how comfortable it would be. Just put
no,
like a
it would not be
in there.
Imagine sleeping in a sphere.
Like if it's big enough, you're probably fine.
Yeah, okay. If it's like the size
really
of the Earth.
Well, no, but it's like if it's the size of an apartment building, I like it would be spherical enough to where I feel like the slope would be very gradual because of the size to where you'd be able to sleep pretty comfortably.
I think you've never thought about this before, and like it's like, oh, I just had this idea, and I'm not gonna let Sam dismantle it.
Listen, I just sent you a movie that you gotta watch.
Yeah, you sent me an ICP movie. I saw that already. I'm not talking about that. I mean, like we're talking like we're getting philosophical. For reasons I had like so. When I think of ICP, I think of Miracles, which is an amazing song by Insane Clown Posse. But
Magnets, How Do They Work?
Yeah, that song. But like the whole thing about that was like that there was ICP and then like that one album They Found God, right? And that's why they made like that's actually their reasoning. Like they found God and they're like, we're gonna make a song about it, and then the song was like the worst thing
supposedly
ever made.
they're like really really whole,some. Like the one dude, like his daughter's like a furry, so he went to like a fur con dressed as like a furry.
Yeah. Well, no, it was that that might have happened, but the big like thing that was like famous regarding that is that his daughter got ripped off because she bought like an Alibaba fursuit, and it was like the picture, like you go on like wish.com or Alibaba, the worst Chinese counterfeit crap that like, you've ever seen, and that's basically what happened. And they made a video about it because they're like, yeah, never go to the seller, they suck. And it was wholesome.
I've actually
Chungus
seen
Keanu.
like fantastic product from Alibaba. I guess it really depends on like the product. You can get really nice like plush, like t-shirts, like keychains, that kind of stuff.
The counterfeit Pokemon cards I've been getting and selling to my local elementary school have been really, really nice. I've made so much money.
No, don't do that. It upsets me physically.
They're like really like I know I'm not an expert, but I cannot tell the difference.
They look terrible.
Like, I can't tell the difference, and like
the little kids
these children,
and then
these children,
and then they
cannot
come
tell
into
the
my
difference.
store and they literally start crying. They are so upset. Like it like ruins my day.
Why don't you just buy their counterfeit cards? Like oh, that's definitely a Charizard. Here's your $300, kid.
No, it's
you're gonna
worthless.
make them. You'd make them happy.
I educate. That's my whole thing. I need to educate them about why you shouldn't do this. Because the problem is, little kids like, mommy, I want strong Pokemon cards, and the parents like, I don't know what the fuck that means. They Google strong Pokemon cards, get an Amazon, Walmart, or fucking eBay listing that says 100 strong Pokemon cards for $5, and they're all fake.
Is it just like a 85 Machokes?
No, you get like the best cards ever, but they're super fake and look terrible. And the little kids like, oh my god! And they bring them to school and they trade them, and then kids trade like $100 cards for them, and then they aren't worth anything. They come in and go, wow, I want to sell this super expensive card. Charlie from class said it was the best card ever. I'm like, it's fake, and then they start crying, and it's very heartbreaking.
Yeah, but like, what elementary school kid has like a inherent concept of money? It's like they don't like.
No, it's not about that. It's not about money. It's like like every kid that collects Pokemon cards, it's because they all watch the YouTube videos and shit like that.
Oh yeah, because they want to be Jake Paul.
Yeah, well, not Jake Paul. It's
they want to be Logan Paul.
No, they no one likes those people anymore.
They want to be their dad, the Paul's dad.
I want to be like Mike. I want to be like you, Sam. I want to cut off your face and attach it to my face.
You ever see Face Off?
You ever?
I guess that's a no. You're trying to make some dumb joke about it. Face Off is a good movie.
Isn't that where they literally cut off their face and like put the face on the other person?
Yeah. Then like the first thing the guy does is like have sex with the other guy's wife. It's kind of fucked up.
So that means I'm gonna.
If it wasn't for Face Off, we wouldn't have Pastor Troy.
Why is that?
Because the character in the movie Face Off his name is like Castor Troy, and he's like, oh, I'll be Pastor Troy, and then I don't know. What's a Pastor Troy song? Vice versa. Oh, and then there's like that one from the Kimbo Slice video where the guy loses an eye, like about to go down or whatever.
Is this the one where he's like screaming?
That's every single Pastor Troy song. About to go down. Yeah, just listen to About to go down.
I remember the song Vice Versa.
This was like, I vividly remember watching Kimbo Slice like maim an individual to this song.
Didn't he die?
Yeah, he died. Yeah. Turns out guy who took significant street blows to the head didn't have a. Did we talk about this? I'm having massive deja vu with the phrasing "street blows to the head." I feel
I don't remember.
I feel like this is like episode 3 shit. We're recycling topics now. We got every couple episodes. I know
there was a Mega 64 skit about it.
That's Timbo. Okay, very different than Kimbo. What I'm trying to say is that we've run out of topics. We're talking about Pastor
there
Troy.
Ain't shit. There probably is, but it's like I'm so sleep deprived. It's unreal, and I just want to play more Metroid Dread.
How have you not? You play so many video games. How much Diablo you play this week?
Do you want like an actual account?
I want an estimate because I don't want our conversation to like go and okay, he's looking it up.
No, I'm like doing math, so it's like
I literally have no room to talk just due to the fact that I've been playing so much fucking Bejeweled Twist. I'm addicted. I was playing Bejeweled Twist at the beginning of this podcast. I didn't even tell you.
It's probably like anywhere between 50 and 70 hours.
Fuck. Like, I don't have any. That's a lot of hours. Oh my god,
it's so fun.
It's many hours. You beat the game. What do you? It's like
you just farm to be better. That's all you do.
I'm speechless because I played like 8 hours of Bejeweled Twist this week, and I'm like, oh my god, I've been playing way too much fucking Bejeweled Twist.
So what you do in Diablo 2 is you kill the same boss over
and then you get chests
over
and over and over again. I get it.
And then you get better gear so you can kill him faster.
But it's not like a community, right?
Yeah, it's an online game. You can play with other people.
But like it's like you play World of Warcraft and it's like, oh, I have my guildies, these are my best friends, I'm inviting these people to my wedding, I'm having cyber sex with them. That doesn't happen in Diablo, right?
Yeah, it does. There's like huge guilds and like stuff like that
that
do like end game content.
But like there's no hub world, I thought. I thought it's just kind of you matchmake and you're in the game.
There's a hub world. What do you mean?
I played the same game as you. It's not
like
that different.
I mean, Discord is a thing now.
I understand that, but like no, it's at the end of the day, it's still like it's a.
There's like already established communities like D2JSP, and like I actually just play with my guildies from WoW. So,
but like Diablo is not. It seems like a game that ends.
No, I mean you make your own fun basically. It's like you just farm. It's like every ARPG ever. It ends eventually, but you just keep farming to get more stuff, better gear. Maybe you want to get gear to make a new class. Get new items, new shit. Like
isn't there like another ARPG that Blizzard just released?
No.
Yeah, Mercenaries, Hearthstone Mercenaries.
That's not an ARPG.
Is Path of Exile an ARPG?
Yes.
It's supposed to be like the Path of Exile killer.
Wait, I haven't even heard about Mercenaries. Why? I searched Mercenaries Hearthstone and I get a PC Gamer article. It says why Hearthstone's new Mercenaries mode is like mac and cheese.
Yeah, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. It's a card game RPG, but like it isn't Path of Exile based on cards as well. I don't. There's like a bunch. We run a video game podcast. I'm just like saying random game names. Is it like
this Mercenaries actually looks kind of cool.
Yeah, but it costs money unless you don't. Yeah, I think it actually is fine for free play. I haven't played any of it. I've seen a couple people watch it, but like I don't know. I'm already so unbelievably invested in Battlegrounds that like I cannot afford to enjoy another video game. And maybe I shouldn't be running.
Is Battlegrounds like actually really fun though?
I love the auto battler genre. I was like I have not been like I think the most addicted I've been to a video game in the past 10 years is when I was playing Dota 2 Auto Chess. Like a couple years back.
Yeah, Dota 2 Auto Chess was fun as fuck when it came out. Did you get the cell phone app version?
That's when it died.
Auto Chess.
I mean, like the Chinese version. I had an advantage in that I actually knew what was going on.
That was actually fun. That was actually really fun.
It's fun and it still exists, and they still like sponsor events. But the thing is, like, the community left. And then also, like, there was enough change that I was able to break out of my cycle of addiction, and I just stopped playing it. Battlegrounds, I've wasted too many hours on it.
Supposedly, Hearthstone is making like a little bit of a comeback. Like, there's still like streamers and stuff like that doing decent numbers. Playing
literally,
Battlegrounds.
You know, a partnered Hearthstone streamer that is one of my high school friends, Superior David.
Well, good for him.
Anyway,
I will fight him. Does he live in Chicago? Because I will fight him.
No, actually, he doesn't. He lives in LA now.
Oh, I was gonna go to his house and like fight him.
You can still do that. Why don't? Yeah, tune in next week when we have the results of the fight. He's walking right now.
It's going down.
Get going.
Why do people make Ghetto Family Guy?
Oh, I know. Yeah, actually, we should bring that up.
What? Stop sending me Sigma male Peter Griffin. Like I haven't watched a single one. You like spam like hundreds of them.
I've watched all of them, and I've watched most of them like multiple times. I'm legitimately entertained by. I'm a Sigma male, right? I hope not. That just means I like beat women apparently, like, according to these videos. So I'm not a Sigma male. I will say I'm kind of addicted to the Sigma male meme. I hope I'm not actually like gonna like all of a sudden get based and red pilled. Like I don't really.
How a Sigma male uses the stairs. Let's watch this one.
I think that's one of the worst ones. Did you watch the original one I sent you of Sigma male Peter with like the music?
No, can you resend it?
All right, yeah, because that one's a classic. Stop sending me. Stop sending me. Yeah, I'm telling you, or you're telling me to stop sending you Sigma male Peter. You're sending me like. Donked out ass Lois Griffin with like tattoos everywhere. Jesus Christ.
Why do people do this?
Yeah, that's definitely worse because like this at least has a meme. The other one is just like, yeah, this person is definitely sexually attracted to Lois. And
Big Fi. That's Meg. That's Big Fi Meg.
okay, well,
The music.
yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, because it's just like what you'd see on TikTok with the Sigma male grinding. I don't know. I just there's one step removed Sigma male Peter Griffin versus like Sigma. The thing is, the video actually sucks because it's literally just a Family Guy quote, and it's like Family Guy is the most cringe thing in the world. But there's a step removed from Sigma male Peter Griffin and then like the guy who's like saying Sigma male quotes for four hours. Like that's like actually sociopathic, and like this is just like someone making a meme. The whole thing though, the thing that actually surprised me about this, and like sure, there's a surprising nature to there being like 17 Sigma male Peter Griffin videos in the last month alone. But like I'm watching these because of course I am, and
Well, they're like jokes, but have you seen like any of like the actual like real?
and it's like quite literally the same thing. It's like show your
It is
dominance.
actually the same thing.
Yeah, but the thing is like
Chauvinistic type shit.
why. When did Family Guy get this violent? Like I understand, like the chicken episode was a thing. And
Family Guy was always like this though.
But like out of context, and like I'm probably in context because Family Guy barely ever has context. Like sure, they had the chicken fight that was super violent. Like there's just like one of these clips is just like Peter like randomly just beating this guy to death, senselessly, like guts on the ground. And like there's another one he's like beating this woman to death, and like there's another one he's beating this child to death.
I can think of like multiple scenes where they're just like give me my money, give me my money.
Yeah,
like that.
But those
like
at
that
least
one,
have reasoning. Like I feel like at this point is like Peter's like, you know, I'm just gonna beat the shit out of this person until they die.
Funny, violence is funny.
I don't know.
Always the answer.
I feel like Seth MacFarlane has a
You almost said
bloodlust.
Seth Green.
I was about to say Seth Green. I can't believe you knew the Seth I was gonna say. But yeah, Seth MacFarlane, he definitely has a bloodlust, and I'm kind of scared. I'm like it's not at this point. It's not funny. It doesn't advance the plot, and it's kind of like it's getting excessive. And I say that as someone who I watched Squid Game, and I'm less disturbed by Squid Game than these Family Guy clips.
Speaking of bloodlust, do you think there's a non-zero amount of billionaires who have drinking like the blood of a child?
Yes. I mean, there was literally a whole island for this.
like fuck. Like there's gotta be some like fucked up shit in the world that like rich people do. It's like we don't know.
You're saying this like it's a revelation. There was like the whole there was an island with a book of people who did this. This person's horny for Meg. Like there's no other explanation except this person.
You had to look up baby alien _1 Earth.
Yeah, that's
alien.
I can't believe I know that as the watermark on the previous Family Guy thing you sent me like 3 times.
Oh my god, this guy's page is terrible.
Is it like actually porn? Oh, it's an Instagram. That's honestly good because I oh no. Oh no. This has to be satire, right?
No.
At a certain point this is satire. Like you can't be like this can't be your fetish.
Dude, the Shrek one is so good.
You can't draw the Teletubbies in this way. And oh my god, that Shrek one is pretty good. I see that now. You can't draw the Teletubbies the way these Teletubbies are drawn. I can't put them on the screen. I can't. Just use your imagination. This has to be satire. There's no way a human being would look at that and be like, I'm going to turn it into this without like some idea.
Holy shit, these are fucked.
These are fucked.
I'm like, who? It's like, what'd you eat today?
Is this podcast or just meatballs? Is that funny to you? Is what I ate? What did you eat today? Dick?
I had Culver's. I had burger, and they have pretzel bites, and they're really good.
Did you get the curds?
No, I always get curds. I'm like, oh, they're pushing these pretzel bites, and they were fucking delicious. They were so goddamn good. Holy shit, they were so good.
Okay, I haven't eaten Culver's in probably 10 years.
Really?
Culver's doesn't exist anywhere except for the Midwest, first of all.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And then secondly, yeah, I'm not going to come back to Chicago and then like eat Culver's.
I gotta get Culver's.
Culver's reminds me of snowboarding, which is like that's extremely white, that sentence. But yeah, I would snowboard in Wisconsin, and on the way back, I would always get Culver's.
Oh, okay. Culver's just reminds me of white people.
Well, yeah, I just explained the most white thing a person could do.
No, I think skiing is a little whiter.
True, but still, winter sports.
Snowboarding's a little bit more extreme.
Yeah, but there's some extreme white people. There's Lil White. You ever seen him?
There are some very extremist white people.
I said extreme, first of all, but yeah, I guess extremists are pretty extreme. I'm not going to disagree with you there. Shout out to Lil White.
Oxycontin used to go hard.
It still goes hard. It's just like it has a very different connotation. It's like, wow, this guy's really addicted to drugs. I remember when I was in high school, I was just like, this song's dope. And I didn't think about like the long-term effects that Lil White's Oxycontin would have on an individual. And now it's a little bit more serious.
Yeah, because people die.
I'm an adult.
This is a public service announcement. Do not do what Lil White does.
Lil White was at the forefront of the opioid epidemic. Lil White might have caused the opioid epidemic. We don't know these things.
Do you remember when 3 6 Mafia had like their own TV shows? Like I forgot what it was called. It was like Life of the Mafia or some shit where they would like go around like their daily life.
No, but I do know they almost died like sipping on some scissor because they were drinking so much scissor they almost died. That's what they said.
Wait, what? Really?
There's like a video on YouTube where they're talking about almost dying while sipping on some scissor because of drug use.
Sounds all right.
Yeah.
Well, other way on the show they would just make fun of Lil White every 5 seconds.
Lil White was good. He had some good verses.
Name more than 3 songs of his that were good.
Lil White is good on Oxycontin. He has a very good feature on HCP by Frasier Boy.
Yeah, that's a good song. And then Acid's a pretty good song.
I'm still thinking here. I'm still thinking here.
I'm on acid.
I'm still thinking here. Yeah, Lil White only has 1 song.
I probably like Acid more than Oxycontin.
Lil White should have been Jesse in Breaking Bad.
Do you ever just think of like random rap songs from like
yes, everyone does
15 years ago?
Existing.
But it's like why do I know every single word to this? Like how is this still part of my memory? Like
because it was
the
a
concept
formative part of your youth.
But like the concept of memories is actually insane. Like how many songs do you know like every word to? Like is there like just a never-ending amount of things you can just remember, or is it just like
no? There is not.
But like how do I like I would very like I mean I don't mind that I remember like every word to Oxycontin, but I'd be fine if I like forgot it and like remembered something like more important like to vote.
Did you forget to vote? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, I voted, but
okay.
Like, I'm just trying to think of something more like, oh shit, like I forgot to take my medicine today. Like
I don't.
But
like,
instead,
it's not an either
still know
or thing. It's not like because I have this memory of Oxycontin, I'm going to like forget to take my heart medicine that I will die if I don't take. I feel that it's not like it doesn't tip the scales in that direction.
Why not?
Why not? You want it to? You asking me to explain the brain right now?
Yeah.
Start
from the beginning.
I feel like that's not a subject for the podcast. Start from the beginning. All right. First there was I can't because I'm not a brain surgeon scientist.
A fucking failure.